What's up, fellow collectors? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, more fun here at the museum, here on a Friday, hanging out with you guys. And guys, I've shared this with you before. We've been doing this a lot in the last couple of weeks with our Masters of the Universe toy line. I am so excited about this particular figure that I've just added to our museum collection. It's our Super 7 Masters of the Universe, the Powers of Grayskull, Eldor. Now, listen, let's bring this guy in. I know what some of you guys are thinking. Some of you guys are thinking that this is a new figure. Some of you guys are thinking, wait a second, never seen this guy before. Don't really know anything about him. Definitely doesn't have that Mattel Motu type feel to it. Well, guys, that's what he is, or that's what he should have been, and I'll explain that, guys. A lot of Masters of the Universe collectors and experts know what I'm about to say about this figure. This figure was was on the discussion panel of being produced back in the 1980s, right along with the rest of the Masters of the Universe characters and figures. Eldor was going to be, at one point, was going to be a part of the new line that Mattel was thinking about bringing out called the Powers of Grayskull. And Eldor was one of those characters. This figure actually made it all the way to the prototype stage. Which was cool. But Mattel never produced this figure. They never produced this figure. So this is not a Filmation figure. This is not a reproduction figure. This is a figure that was absolutely never produced, only in prototype stage. And it left Masters of the Universe collectors and fans wondering and hoping and thinking what could have been if they had this figure. Well, guys, you don't have to wonder, hope, or wish any longer. The good people at Super 7 has given you the Powers of Grayskull Eldor, a figure that should have been created and produced back in the 1980s, now has finally been produced. So you can finally add this guy to your Masters of the Universe collection. This figure, if produced in the 1980s, would have been a vintage figure now. So he was never produced, only in prototype. So this figure was taken and made off those prototypes that were produced of him. Which is fantastic. And you see behind him, well, unlike the Filmation figures that just come with the card, he actually comes with a booklet. Almost like a comic, like the original Master of the Universe figures did back in the 1980s. But it's a history as well on this figure. It's a history on a lot of different prototypes and different type of things, drawings that they were going to use back in the day and never got around to it. So this Eldor, Powers of Grayskull Eldor figure really comes with a ton of history behind him. He's jam-packed with some fun facts and some fun accessories. And you're looking in the back here. I'll pick him up for you. here is the Living Book of Spells. And this thing, I'm holding him. This is a very, very heavy figure. And it has a lot to do with this Book of Spells here, which is massive. This book is supposed to be magical. You see here, it's got some stickers here, contains stickers in this one right here. And what you do, you peel these off and you put them inside of this book. And it's like a magic book. It's kind of one of those books where you flip it over and the image has disappeared. It's one of those type of gimmicks, which is really cool for this particular character, for Eldor, the heroic guardian of the Book of Living Spells. Beautiful head sculpt. This hood is sculpted around his head like that. We'll get you a closer look of his face here. Nice beard. Wait, get you right a little close here. Here we go. Nice beard. So dark in there. Great outfit. The Book of Spells, I believe, is his only accessory, but it's huge. It actually takes up a lot of space, as you can see. A lot of space. Along with these stickers. Guys, what do you think of the Super 7 Powers of Grayskull Eldor? Do you remember this figure? Have you heard about this figure, I should say? We want to hear it all. Right in the comment section, right underneath this video. Like I said, this is one of my favorites because you can actually say he's an original Masters of the Universe character. He's an original Masters of the Universe figure. He's a little taller than the other figures because I want to say it's really because of his hood. So he's a little taller. You see, all this was packaged the way it was supposed to be back in the 1980s. This figure was going to be released, and I don't know, for whatever reason, I guess because of the franchise wasn't doing as well in the late 80s, but it was definitely our loss. But now we have it back, and I'll give you a shot here of the back of his card. This card is absolutely gorgeous, fantastic. Here's a shot here. Profile, heroic guardian of the Book of Living Spells, responsible for transforming Gray into Hero, the most powerful wizard in the universe. His weapon is the knowledge of the ancients' origin is unknown. And here, this colorful character right here, we'll get into a little bit and explain what that deal is. Here's the Book of Living Spells. Gives you a breakdown. Here's the cool part right here. How to assemble the Living Book of Spells. More of a snap process here. And here, let's go to number 2 here. Peel off adhesive backs for the stickers. It's more of a sleight of hand type of a book type deal there. You flipping one and then it's flipping to another one and moves, and you open it and it's disappeared. Or it shows a different image. It's just one of those deals. It was a fun little way to bring that Book of Living Spells to life. And I think Mattel did a great job at it, and Super 7 did a fantastic job at really recreating that Eldor has hands that pivot at the wrist for holding the secret book of living spells. He does have pivoting wrists. Something, we'll turn him around real quick and I'll get back over to the back real quick. The arms, the hands, the wrists actually turn. So they turn. You can lift his arms and turn these at the wrist. It allows him to hold the book of spells, living spells. So let's turn this guy back around here. This is like I said, it's a fun. This is I got the collector grade on this one. You can still get this guy. I got mine from a Big Bad Toy Store, which is fun because they have so much stuff there at Big Bad Toy Store. So I'm having a ball doing all of that. Look at some of the other figures that was going to be released back in that day. Here we go. Look for Hero and the Powers of Grayskull coming your way in 1987. These figures were going to come out in 1987. And there's Hero, the most powerful wizard in the universe. Guys, what do you think about this fantastic figure? Do you want this figure? Are you looking for this figure? Like I said, I gave you one place that you can go and find this beautiful figure at, and that's Big Bad Toy Store. Like I said, I do so much business with those guys because they've been so good to me over the years that I really don't have the need to go outside of Big Bad Toy Store, when I'm looking for a lot of things. Unless it's Coswell Collectibles. Those are my two really go-to toy websites. But Big Bad Toy Store has this figure, and like I said, they do the collector grade. And this is the box. This is the box he came in. Masters of the Universe, Vintage Eldor, collector grade. It's a little bit more for the collector grade. This figure actually costs a little bit more than the Filmation characters. This one was like about $25, not including tax and not including the collector grade price of an additional $2. So, but it pays off because this, like I said, the card, everything is in immaculate, pristine condition. And as an M.I.B collector, and if you're an M.I.B collector, you can definitely appreciate that. Adult collector. Just a fun figure, a fantastic figure. Like I said, I'm learning so much about the Masters of the Universe history and the background, toys that were in pre-production that never made it to retail stores, never made it off the drawing board, and seeing one of those figures now in person has made me a bigger fan of the Masters of the Universe toy line. And it gives you a little piece of history. It's so cool to see this figure finally making it to production, mass production, where collectors finally can add this guy to their Motu collections. Guys, we just wanted to share this with you today. I'm excited. I'm thrilled to death about it. And I wanted to kind of share it with you guys today. We want to hear your thoughts, opinions, everything about the Super 7 Masters of the Universe, the Powers of Grayskull, Eldor. You know the routine, guys. God bless. Stay safe. And keep collecting.